Ciao, Ferrari fans. So today we're going to take a look at the Ferrari 348 GTB and GTS from Kyosho. So this is the yellow car here, the GTB, meaning the Berlinetta. I don't know what the G stands for, Grand maybe? I'm not sure, but according to the internet, the T and the B means Trasversale Berlinetta, meaning it's a transverse engine and it's a Berlinetta or a coupe. Anyways, it came from collection number 2, so it's pretty early on, and it's not the best compared to the more modern Kyosho Ferraris, but here's the price. It was $3.70 pretty much back then, and this thing came out in 2005, so we're talking 15 years ago. Here's the other cars in the collection. Okay. So in this blister pack, it was a model kit. So it comes in this blister with this face, and then the body's protected by this blister, and then you have to basically pop the interior off. Or better is this: it comes with instructions. So the thing that's not so great is you have to take these chrome wheel pieces and put them against this black piece of plastic that holds the tire, and then you sandwich the interior on, and then you sandwich the body on. But I left it open because I want you guys to take a look at the interior before I put it together. You know, typical early Kyosho. There are details that just, you know, it's all black. Once you put it in the car, it's really hard to see these details. That's why I left it open. The base has no screw at all. It just has these locator pins, but the model will fall off, you know, if you move it around. Okay, so we sandwich this thing together. And then the stock screwdriver that comes with it is worthless. The head is too small for the screws. So I prefer this electronic screwdriver that's apparently rusted and old, but it works, gets the job done. Okay, so number 1 seems alright. And number 2. Okay. So let's take a look at the photos of the real car and see how it compares. We'll start with the front one. Alright, so try to focus on the car. There we go. Alright. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? While I'm holding it up here, I'll talk a little bit about the car. You know, being a 348 model, it's a 3.4 liter V8 in the back, making around 300 horsepower. And it replaced a 328, and it was available between 1989 and 1995. This was the final V8 rear-engine V8 Ferrari that was under Enzo Ferrari's directorship. You know, he passed away after this car, I guess. So that's too bad. Okay, the chief stylist is Leonardo Fioravanti. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right either, but he's well known for other Ferraris, in particular the F430. Not 430, I'm sorry, the F40. Alright, so, you know, it was the fastest car of its day, the F40. And also the Daytona, that's a really popular car, I love that car. And then the 512 Berlinetta Boxer, not so great, but the 288 GTO, and then the P5 and the P6. So, that guy designed a lot of cool Ferraris, for sure. Okay. Now, the images here are actually of the GTB, the very early 348s, which is called 348 TBs, and they had black bottom pieces. So to tell the GTB, it has color matched paneling all around, and so that was what makes me think this is a GTB, unless Kyosho kind of screwed up or something. But that's the understanding that I have here. So the styling changes beyond the color matching panels. It also is supposed to have a single muffler in the back with still has multiple pipes coming out, but one muffler connecting those pipes. And then I guess that's it. Maybe, yeah, that's it. So, oh no, the engine cover is body colored as well. I think maybe it was black instead on the very first 348s. Okay. This is all, well, around 7,000 of the 348 series were sold, so pretty popular. Okay, so let's take a look at this mold casting here. I can already tell it wasn't so great just talking about the research. In particular, the wheels are really off. I mean, I haven't seen a 348 with chromed wheels. These should have been just painted silver. You know, that's what I see on all the photos of the real car. Now, being a yellow painted model, it's filling in the panel gaps quite a bit. It's, you know, the door panel cuts are almost vanishing. What is good though is look how thin these strakes are in the doors. Like, this is cast metal, right? That's pretty thin, and it goes pretty far in there. It's so far that it actually looks like there's an opening there. It's so dark, right? So I gotta give credit there to Kyosho on that one. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, so there's no air passing. This is black plastic right here where the pick is hitting, and that's what's holding the tire. So you'll never have air passing through this wheel, unfortunately. Okay, but what is nice is, you know, the plastic lights up here, so that's good. The prancing horse looks nice. It's weird, there's no texture in here, but I'm not sure if there's a texture in the real car either. It might just be open. Not sure. Okay, so also weird is pretty much all the Ferraris in the second mini car collection number 2, they have all these giant oversized Ferrari badges. You know, a real car does not have a badge that big. That looks like a, you know, almost like a tablet. I mean, that's just huge. Okay, the yellow, yeah, it's not covering the casting there. It would have been nice to have some black paint in there. And what is this? I'm not sure if it's a stain or what. Not sure. Okay, so yeah, you can see the paint is filling in that gap. It's filling in this gap, but here it's okay. That's the downfall of yellow paint. We do have some molded in wiper blades, and they're painted black, so that's pretty good. And then, yeah, see, it's really hard to see the interior because of the distortion of this molded window. And that's the case with all brands, really. Molded windows have a lot of distortion, and it's just made worse by having a black interior. Okay, but there is a little black paint on the molding there, so that's good. And then this side, yeah, no quality problems, just some detail lacking. You know, it would have been nice to have some orange here on the reflector dot. And then the real car has the Ferrari badge here, you know, the crest, but I'm not seeing it obviously on this model. These ribs are really nice though, really thin, really well cast. This Ferrari badging here is really nice. It's really legible, so that's good. And then the back, well, that is a bit lacking, as you saw me hold it up against the real car. But I'm not sure how they would have done it, you know, to show the red and the orange and the white with these ribs above it. Unless possibly they could have cast this whole thing in clear plastic or red plastic and then painted the black stripes over it. That would have been nice. But, oh well, the prancing horse is silver and good. Pretty lame exhaust tips. Although, holding it up to the real picture, the real car doesn't have chrome exhaust tips, so this is actually kind of accurate. But you'll see the yellow paint on this is really muting everything out. Like, that should be a much sharper corner. It's almost vanished from all this paint filling it in. So, there's not much wrong with the paint. You know, for a 15-year-old model, it could have had a lot of paint rash. Oh, there I go. No, there it is. There is some paint rash there. I just couldn't tell earlier. It's not bad though. To the naked eye, I couldn't really even tell. Only in certain light angles I can tell. Okay, so the tire treads are pretty nice though. You know, they're staggered with tires and they look pretty modern. They look like high performance tires. Okay, not much detail here, but I don't care. I'm not going to display it upside down. Okay, so yeah, the stance is there's a big gap here. It would have been nice to have a little bit less of an air gap between the tire and the fender. The back's not so bad. The back gap looks accurate when I press it like that, but this front one, I don't know. I just feel like maybe the tires should be bigger or something. Okay, so let's I'm gonna put this up on a Spin Master here, and we'll pull out, I think, a better version, which is the Spider version, the convertible version. I'll just put this away for now. So I've had this in the collection for a while. I don't think I've really talked about it much. this yellow car showed up in the mail, so I thought I'd do a video on both, a more detailed one. Okay, so this was the first production convertible since the Daytona Spider, which was, styled by that same gentleman. Okay, and you can see here this metallic blue is nicer, although there is a little paint rash there. I can't remember what collection this came from, but you can see the Ferrari badge is a lot smaller, so they improved over time. Now there's black paint in this vent, whereas before it didn't. And now the wheels look nice because they're just silver, they're not chromed. And then there's air passing between the spokes of this one, so much better wheels. And all in all, there's also now the printing of the Pininfarina rectangle there, and that wasn't on the last one. That looks similar, not much different there. And then, oh, here we go. Yeah, so this is how it should have been done the first time. But at least they got it right the second time. Right? This looks far better compared to the photo of the real car. Still black here, but that's actually pretty accurate now that I think about it. And then being a metallic, the paint isn't filling in this recess for the plate as much, right? Compared to that yellow car we looked at. And now they've added some bottom details. Tires are still nice. And screwed together, of course. So now let's see here, you got some, at least you can see the nice details of the molding being a convertible. What's odd is this is a manual top. You have to fold this top yourself. This is still the late 80s, the mid 90s. So it wasn't a automatic convertible, which I guess Ferrari owners nowadays would be like, that's BS. Okay, molded in windshields and painted black. Never going to be paint on the mirrors on a blister pack. This is a blister pack one. But all in all, you can just see how much better Kyosho got between the second Ferrari collection and whatever collection this came from. I apologize, I don't know which one it came from. So let's put it up there for comparison. And I'll definitely let it spin around because you can compare the back end to the photo here. Alright, so in fact, yeah, the blue model is just light years better. The wheels are the right color, and the logo is a lot smaller, so you look at the logo differences. Let's check that out, right? So what I'm getting at is if you only had to pick one Ferrari 348 from Kyosho, you probably want to track down the convertible one, the Spider, over this one from the collection number 2, because this is early days of Kyosho. They just they didn't know any better, or they were maybe testing out the waters or something like that and just didn't put as much effort into it. I'm also noticing the lamps. Alright, you notice here on the blue car now there is a texture in the grille, right, which I think would be more accurate to keep leaves and stuff out, whereas that was just flat, so that probably isn't accurate. But it is nice that even way back then they had the plastic inserts. So, and also the mirrors seem to be a little nicer on the blue car as well, a little thinner. Okay, well then, I do have some Kyosho Mondial LTs, the convertible and the coupe the hardtop version. So if you guys are interested, just leave a comment and let me know if you want me to review those. It's just that the Ferrari Mondial is not a very sought after Ferrari. It's one of the less desirable Ferraris. But if you're interested in buying those models, let me know and I'll put up a video comparing those and all that stuff. So okay, so I guess that's it for today, and we'll see you around. Bye.